What's up guys, Saf Ashraf here, and today we are going to be reviewing the recent phone I have unboxed on the channel. It's the Samsung Galaxy A41. So this is a budget smartphone from Samsung, and honestly the design of this phone is really something to talk about. So let's get straight into the video. Okay, so let's talk about the overall design first. The design of this smartphone is quite unique. So Samsung's new A series are trying to embrace this new type of lines in the phone. I don't know what I think about that, but I guess it's okay. We've also got a nice rainbow effect, which we have seen in past Samsung Galaxy A series phones. So altogether, design has changed only a little bit. The main design difference we can see in the back is definitely going to be the camera layout, which we will talk about later. The front of the display is not a hole punch that is over the A51 and over. Instead, we have the same teardrop display we saw with last year's phones, but instead we have a Super AMOLED display at the front. Super AMOLED display, it is really nice. As we know, Samsung displays are really good. It is at a 1080p 60Hz refresh rate display. So as you guys know, it's a budget. We're not getting 120Hz or anything, but it is a 60Hz 1080p display. YouTube videos look fine. The colors are actually really good for the price. So Samsung's display is definitely a thumbs up for this phone. We also have the front facing camera in the teardrop, which we'll be talking about later. But altogether, design of the smartphone is looking to be quite nice. We have just some additional features. We have expandable memory. We have a headphone jack, USB-C, and it is not dual speaker. It's not Dolby Atmos. It is one speaker firing downwards, which is quite easy to block with your finger. But apart from that, the additional features are looking quite nice. We also have an inbuilt fingerprint scanner underneath the screen, which is not ultrasonic. It is actually how light reflects off your finger. It's that one. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name, but it's not very reliable, if to be honest. I have to try at least 2 to 3 times for it to work. Ultrasonic fingerprint scanners are much more reliable. Let's talk about battery life on this phone. It is a 35 to 3600 mAh battery. I'll correct it here if I'm wrong. But battery life does last me just about a day, maybe just underneath a day. But altogether, battery life is good. We do have support for fast wireless charging. Sorry, not fast wireless charging, fast charging. There is no wireless charging on this phone because it is a plastic back. So altogether, the battery life is good. It does have good optimization. We do have Google and One UI running in the background. So battery life is okay. Fast charging, also adapter included in the box. Just something to add on from before, this is a plastic back, as Samsung like to call it. It is basically just plastic that feels like glass. The only way it does seem like glass is the fingerprints. So let's talk about the cameras on the back of the phone and then the front. So the cameras on the back of the phone are what you're going to get for the price. It's not amazing cameras. We have the normal main camera, we have an ultra wide angle, and we have a depth sensor. The main camera does shoot some really nice shots. I believe it's 48 megapixels to the 3:4 aspect ratio. So the 48 megapixel camera shot mode, it's okay. I don't really see a big difference in resolution. 12 to 108 megapixels, that's a big jump. But to 48 megapixels, it's not really drastic. Also, we have the wide angle lens. So wide angle lens is definitely, in my opinion, better than a macro lens, depth sensor, or 2x telephoto. No matter what actually the telephoto is. So altogether, the wide angle lens does produce also really nice shots. But however, if you do go near the left, right, up, or down on the image, you will see a loss of detail. But apart from that, the wide angle lens is definitely nice. Depth sensor. So we also have a depth sensor on this camera layout, and there isn't really a point. Samsung maybe lose that and maybe add even a telephoto, or maybe just have a wide and ultra wide. That will honestly be fine with most of us consumers. But the depth sensor, we don't really need it, to be honest. So depth sensor is just there if you guys need to do your live focus and you need to say you use the depth sensor. Apart from that, we don't need it. Samsung, remove it, please. Let's talk about the actual how your user experience. So altogether, moving around the software and UI, the overall software is nice. As you guys know, Samsung One UI. One UI is a really good skin to have on top of Android. But however, as all of we do prefer, we would rather have normal, just stock Android. But that's not going to happen. So yeah, and One UI 2 is actually okay. So we do have One UI 2.1, I believe. So One UI It's not laggy. Maybe you'll see some lag, maybe like when you turn the phone off for the first time and you swipe, there will be a bit of lag, but we do see that on all Samsung mid-range phones. So altogether, not a lot of lag. It will be able to handle most games you throw at it. Maybe Call of Duty Mobile, it will lag a little bit because that is a really intensive game. But altogether, normal social media browsing, watching my YouTube videos, it's going to be fine. So that's about it, guys. The Samsung Galaxy A41 is a nice budget phone to have. I'll put the link of it in the description from Samsung.com. But apart from that, yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. It's Saf Ashraf. Peace.